excels too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL. Pocket passers will have their place, they always will. A lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Will Reichert has it all teed up. And off we go from Minneapolis. LaVisca Chenault to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Here's an option play to the left. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. They've got a man in motion. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Complete out to the right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he's hit at the line of scrimmage. They're on outside, returns nothing. Nothing for them on the play, and it leaves them in a rough spot. 3rd and 15. From the gun, Jackson bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He fields this at the 18. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. So we'll see the Vikings offense now for the first time. And they'll be led out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
He's going to keep it this time. A gain of 27 yards there. And that's going to get the Vikings the first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. Ugh.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They go play action on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
As a man, Justin Jefferson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 26, and it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's taking a shot down the sideline. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So it's second down coming up.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Second and 10 now. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense. Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
To throw again on second and 10. And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. It's Vikings ball as we return for the second, and they've got to be thinking points here. Here he is on third and long. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So that brings up fourth and long.
You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going and get in position to swat it away. That is well done.
Rolling out to his left. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Vikings get the game's first points here in the second. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle, and they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Here's Chenault on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And you always got to watch him when you're down near the red zone. He is sitting second right now among all NFL quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And they'll take this up to around the 29-yard line. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be second and 9. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He beams one deep right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Lamar now from the gun. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
He breaks a tackle. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And it's going to be Vikings football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Locates Jefferson along the sideline, complete. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
To throw here on 1st down. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Play action on 1st down. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They can bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
They'll throw it again. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. Wow, the start he is on. This is going to be a heck of a performance if he and his quarterback can keep this pace up today, Brock.
And by starting so strong, he's going to benefit all of his fellow receivers. This defense is going to have to start dictating coverage to him, and it's going to open up his boys.
He's on the move. He's running for it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Putting a receiver in motion. From the red zone now. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's 2nd and goal.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
And he finds it in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take a 13-0 lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
One after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Chenault on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They send a tight end in motion. Here's 2nd and 5. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way. And following the play, we've got a break in the action as the trainers head out. They had a man hurt on the play, and hopefully this doesn't affect his availability for the playoffs. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing now, following the turnover. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Nearly an interception on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Rolling left, buying some time. He takes it himself. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. They're throwing it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And now it's 2nd down. Now looking to throw. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Back to throw. Escapes out to the left. He's running with it. And they make the stop. I'm going to say at about the 37-yard line. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Back now, pressure on its way. Getting out to his left. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? And gets him the 1st on 4th down. And how about this? A 100-yard game on the ground, but it's not the running back that's doing it. And he's showing you why you should never sleep on what he can do when he's outside that pocket. Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go. Working inside the red zone. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up. They'll try and throw it here. Flush down out to his left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota! The Vikings boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Wow, Great work there by the quarterback. Play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings stretch their lead to 21. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Chenault on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens taking over now on offense. Minimal time remaining in the half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Jackson. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be 2nd down. We send a man in motion. Jackson trying to get on 2nd down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, a play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st down, here's Lamar. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Lamar throwing again. This one's to Andrews outright. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Walker hauls it in. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Forced out to his right. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Coming off the edge, and it's blocked! So we've reached halftime in Minneapolis, with the Vikings out in front at the break. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We start with a classic battle in the NFC. Chicago heading out to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Football Giants. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the 2nd quarter. Malik Neighbors, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Donovan Peoples-Jones, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Rashee Rice, a touchdown reception. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And look at this return. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. The Vikings ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And he's been more than just his passing touchdowns this season. In fact, you can see it right here. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing scores late in the campaign. They go play action on first. That's Jefferson. He's got it. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings continue piling on to this lead. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Here's Chenault on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. First and 10, it's a give to White. And that's good for a gain of 5. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. From the 38. Complete out to the right. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Man in motion here. Here's Henry on the option. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
This is Henry on 2nd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Vikings are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Diving right side, got it! And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They get 22 on that one. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Setting up a throw. He's on the move. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Trying to find Justin Jefferson. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. He's going to throw this one. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Okay, the tempo with some hurry-up offense. Looking for a throw here. On the move, headed right. Now here he goes again. One of their biggest plays in the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. First carry here for Aaron Jones. Brushes him off with ease. And he drives this forward to the 6. And working quickly here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd down carry for Jones. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. 2 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up 3rd down. Here's a throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota! The Vikings blowing them out now, 34-zip. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
One after try, good by Reichert. And the Vikings grow their lead yet again. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Chenault on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's Ravens football, and they'll look for some points here, but might just be too little too late in a lopsided 4th quarter. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Another try following the sack. Looking slant route complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Connecting on the slant. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Walker going in motion left. Lamar off the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Jackson yet again. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's on the move. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Caught quickly on the slant. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Ravens just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Pressure off left, and it's blocked! Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick.
Doesn't that just sum it up in some way? Even when you do something positive, not on this day, not for this team, something still goes wrong. At this point, guys might just want to throw up their hands and say, what does a block really matter? But you know and I know, coaches hate that attitude. It's the antithesis of that, to give up a block in that situation.
Here comes Williams on the return. The Vikings and Justin Jefferson ready to go to work again offensively. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this second half. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Jones once more. And they limit this to a minimal gain to around the 34. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Complete beyond the marker. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Locates Jefferson along the sideline, complete. And he'll head out of bounds at the opponent's 35. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10, here's Jones. And he'll be stopped after getting this down to the 31. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home.